I want to talk about why I left a big city, why I left the big city, Toronto. When I was almost a year ago, I think I started inquiring with some friends um, who had all sort of left ongoing jobs and decided to pursue more of a creative career, and something that really inspired me. And I really thought that, hey, maybe this could be me. Maybe I could do that. I think I was desiring something different, and I had this creativity that needed to sort of be expressed. And I knew that what I was doing was important work, but I think I was losing the autonomy and maybe the creativity that came with it to continue to do the good work that I wanted to do. So I started to feel drained. I started to feel that I'd come home from work every day and I wouldn't pursue, things that were really important to me. And I found myself just almost coping. And I had unhealthy coping strategies that, I don't know, led me to not pursue or do enough for myself after a day of work. So I found that weeks were going by where I wasn't producing things and I wasn't being true to myself and being authentic to myself. So something I decided to pursue was, long story short, was to, wrap up my life in Toronto, a city that I think offers so much, and it is for everybody, for many people. But for me, it didn't make me happy anymore. I have a good friend, Derek Desherdo, who said, Toronto doesn't excite him. And as soon as we started talking about cities that energized us, I was like, oh, Toronto doesn't excite me either. Toronto doesn't fuel me. Toronto actually feels like it's taking from me. I think I'd love the city to visit more than I'd love the city to live in. So I sort of wrapped up all my stuff, long story short, and I traveled for several months and then decided to land back in British Columbia, where I wanted more nature. And when I decided to leave, I wasn't quite sure that I wanted a creative path, but I knew that I wanted two things: travel and nature. So I sought those out. Travel, check. I completed that sort of in the fall and the winter of last year, and then sort of stationed myself in the early 2020 to continue to do and pursue creativity. So I kind of took a leap of faith by leaving Toronto. I'm so grateful and fortunate, though, to be able to set myself down and have a place that I can just call refuge and sanctuary and get a bit of a runway to explore a creative career. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this chance to honor that inside of me. I don't want to squander it and I don't want to waste it, because I had good momentum in Toronto, but I felt that the city just didn't give me a home after 5 years of being there. And I think that was long enough for me to know that something new has to be created out of this. So I feel like despite coming back to a province and a place that I called home for so long, it's a completely new ballgame. I'm a new person. I'm smarter than I used to be, hopefully. And now I'm just pursuing a very scary, uncertain career. But let's figure it out together and we'll see what happens.